In this L2 data mapping video, we're going to go through the process of matching a file with a state voter ID and then attaching a phone number to that file and exporting it. So, first things first, we need to go to the state application from which the file originates. You cannot load state voter IDs into the US app. You have to go state by state if you have multiple state voter IDs. So, in this case, what we're going to do, we're in the North Carolina application, and I'm going to open up my file. I've already got it pre-opened and set up here in Excel. And what you can see is you've got first name, middle name, last name. It's my name, even though it's not my address. And this is all pulled from the North Carolina file, and you have a state voter ID. I just wanted to blank this out for privacy reasons. So in this case, you have the state voter ID. This is really the only column that matters. So let's assume that you want to add phones to any of the IDs in this file. Here's how you would do it. The first thing is go back to the application, click here, go to private data, click on the plus sign. And when you come in, you see that there's several steps here in terms of the accepted file type, CSV, which is what I'm going to use, but any of these others. Then a required identifying field. You can use an LAL voter ID, which is our unique identifier, or a state voter ID. This is exactly what it has to say. You see how it's in quotes here? So what I'm going to do is just copy this, and then I'm going to go back to the file. And instead of voter ID, I'm going to paste voter state voter ID, and now that's in there. From there, I'm going to save the file and the change, and now we can load it. So what I'm going to do is X out of here, close it, go to select, and you can see voter file load for L2. Open, and proceed. It's only about 5,000 records, so it should be pretty quick, but the nice part about the state voter ID load is it's an exact match, so it doesn't really take that long. I don't really need any of these other fields here, so I'm just going to ignore all of them except for those that match the file. Click OK. And if you do have a larger file with hundreds of thousands of records or millions of records, depending on the state, you can dismiss this and you will get updated as the process goes along. But in this case, for 5,000 or really anything under 500,000 records, it's going to load pretty quickly. Close pop-up. And now I'm going to open up the private branch, and you'll see voter file load for L2. And in the lower corner here, you can see matched, yes, and unknown. In this case, we have 5,000 records that matched. So now I've selected the records that I selected from the state that don't have a phone number or don't have a phone number either in the voter file or from my other provider. So now what I need to do is find those records that have a phone. Let's just stick with cell phones for now. So let's go to telephones. Cell phone number exists. And you can see that we match 53% of the file, or 2,600 individuals. So I'm going to click on yes. Here's all the cell phones. So now this is a list that previously I had no number for, and now I've added the numbers to it. So I've got 2,600 here, and I'm going to go up to my universes and click on the plus sign, and we'll call this cells for private match. Keep it as currently selected filters. Create universe, and now you've created that universe of cell phones on a file which previously didn't have any, and from there you can download any of the attributes. Assuming you've purchased those data, you can purchase any of the data you'd like, or download any of the data you like. So first name, last name, you own all the different attributes as well as, of course, the telephone number, and that's how you do it.